this will probably be one of the most destructive hurricanes in Florida history, and there will be extended power outages, both from winds and the wave surge. So both of those things will be in play. I think the most important thing is for the public to remember that the local officials are first and foremost their choice for information. These emergency management organizations, they are the glue that provide coordination between the state organizations, federal organizations, and first responders like utility workers. And right now there are some estimates that saying there are over 35,000 out-of-state utility workers who have converged on Florida to help in restoration. So it's going to be a huge effort. It's going to take days to restore power, and it's quite a job the utilities are up against.
So, Mike, give us a sense here of kind of the risk to Florida here. I mean, they've been through this so many times, unfortunately. What have they done? What can they do? What should they do to maybe try to, I don't know, safe-proof their grid perhaps a little bit more? Is there anything that can be done?
Sure. There's actually a state law in Florida that requires that utilities file storm protection plans every 3 years. The basic construct or compact that utilities have is to provide safe, reliable, and affordable power to all customers. Over the last decade or so, that has layered on top of that has become that has come into play two other objectives: the clean energy transition and hardened and more resilient grids. So all the utilities have filed these plans to make their grid stronger, to withstand events like this, to be able to restore power faster, and then to think about the overall survivability of the communities that they serve. I think it goes without saying that the number and the impact of the kinds of events we've been seeing in recent years requires that greater investments be made. Those protection plans are good starts, but these grids are expansive. They've been built over 100 plus years, and they need to be hardened and also expanded to support the clean energy transition and greater electrification due to data centers and a lot of other increasing electrical load.
Who pays for that? Is it going to be utilities and the ratepayers, or is it more of a grid operator? Is it the government? Where does that come from?
Yeah. So mostly, I said part of utilities compact is to keep rates affordable. All of the investments cost money. I mean, you're rebuilding major parts of the grid. And yes, ultimately, it does come down to raising rates for ratepayers.
All right. So, Mike, you think about our grid and you just look at the wires strung on these poles. It just seems like so technologically out of step with where our economy is. Underground wires, isn't that the future? I mean, as long as stuff's above ground, it's going to be at risk to, hurricanes and all kinds of weather.
Talk about being expensive and ratepayers paying more.
Sure. Absolutely. And for the last 30 years or so, all new communities are supplied with underground service. So that's been going on for some time. It's the older infrastructure. Oftentimes, communities are served. They were built in the 30s and 40s with what we call rear lot construction. That's lines that run behind people's backyards and butt up against other backyards. And those overhead lines are the ones that are particularly susceptible to coming down and taking an awfully long time to put back up, because they serve only a few customers.